All right, devlog 2.1 here. I changed my movement system a little bit. So before it was kind of using a velocity lerp function, and I kind of changed it to a bit kind of more simple, just additive function that actually seems to kind of work better with what I want. Mainly what that fixes is now when you're running on the ground, you kind of keep your momentum better. You don't suddenly get like slowed each time your foot hits the ground, just feels more smooth and such. Um, and the other thing I fixed was that problem where my models would just like freak out if you hit them on the ground with enough force. They just go kind of flying everywhere. Um, and how I did that is I realized that the kind of spring that makes the model follow the hand controller was actually kind of too strong once the controller touched the ground. So it'd be like pushing into the ground too much, and the physics engine would get confused and it'd just go flying off for some reason. So I discovered that if I just have it follow very closely when it's in the air with kind of like a locked setting, then that works pretty well. But once it touches the ground, it kind of switches to a low force setting with high drag, so it just doesn't move around too much and is just kind of more stable and secure, which is neat. And I also changed the kind of colliders a little bit. They actually are both sphere colliders. Kind of, I before had like a little bit of an offset on my foot colliders, and that seemed to mess with the physics a little bit. I might add it back and see if I can smooth it out, but for now they just have the same colliders. It seems a bit more stable. So yeah, that is pretty much the changes I've made. Oh yeah, I added a bit to the kind of like detection system that detects if you're putting a force into or out of the wall with the wall normal. If it detects that a force is going into the wall, it also kind of switches the model into fast track mode, so it'll kind of pull off the wall easier and just won't get stuck as much. So yeah, in general, just kind of moves better now. So yeah, that's 2.1 for you.